Welcome back. And with me, I have Samuel Ndely. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for
Good.
having me.
Thank you for joining us. So, Sam, I've known you for a very long time, if you don't mind me calling you Sam.
That's fine. That's
All
fine.
right. Well, it's an honor to have you on the show. I remember you as a young man, met you when you were in college, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And as an older person, it's just incredible to see a young man that has a vision, that went and pursued that vision and turned it from maybe a dream to reality, as well as, some things we fall into, right? But I'm very proud of you and very proud to have you on the show and all the things that you do in the community. So
appreciate
once I get that out on the table, we'll make sure that our youth and the adults that are going to see this understand where you're coming from. So we're going to talk a little bit about education, career, and lifestyle. So Sam, tell me a little bit about what you do today and the businesses that you.
So, during the day, I work at MEDA as a business consultant, and MEDA is the Metropolitan Economic Development Association. And there we work specifically with minority entrepreneurs to help them grow their businesses. And we do that in a couple of different ways. So as a business consultant, I provide technical assistance, which means I'm working with entrepreneurs on business growth planning, helping create different revenue streams, helping them find access to market opportunities, marketing as well too, a whole bunch of different resources, getting their businesses established, creating a foundation. And then as an organization, we also provide financial solutions as well too. So kind of like a bank, we provide loans. We provide traditional loans, and we also provide equity funding as well too, for more tech-based businesses. And then we have educational programs through our MEDA Mini MBA program, and then we also have our youth program through Junior Achievement. that we do.
Fantastic. Wow, that's incredible. And you're also an entrepreneur, so you talked about
Yeah.
so that's the that's the 8 to 5. What about
Right.
the 5 to 8?
Yeah, so the 5 to 8. So really, what I've been doing for the last 3 years is I co-founded an organization called Gravity. And with Gravity, similar to MEDA, we're focusing on people of color who are trying to get into entrepreneurship and tech. So really, it's the whole tech startup space. And the tech community here is a growing community. The startup community, that is. But one of the things that I realized going into it is that it was really white, and we wasn't really a lot of spaces where people of color could go, feel comfortable, and actually find other people that looked like them that were in that space and had either similar interests in trying to start a business or an app or a startup. And just also talk about some of the challenges that they face. So we created that space just as a meetup. That's where it started out as, and then we did monthly events, then turned into doing things like fireside chats, panel discussions. We held a summit in 2017, and that actually sparked a lot of people getting invested in. We had a VC come out here, and they talked about what do they look for in businesses, and they ended up investing in one of the people that was at our summit. So we've been doing a lot of really great things in the community, getting some great feedback from people, and we've been going strong in 2019. We just had an event last night, and it was a fireside chat with Anila from Habitaware. She's a local entrepreneur here. She actually won our Meet $1 Million Challenge in the Minnesota Cup last year. So she's been doing really great, and just trying to support businesses like hers and entrepreneurs like herself and her husband, Samir, and giving them a platform to talk about the work that they're doing and how they got to where they're at.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a little bit about what we do here for the youth. Try to have them relate to professionals like you that get into the game, so to speak.
Yeah, it's all about representation, right? Like it's hard to do something when you can't necessarily see yourself in that space because you haven't seen anybody that looks like you're doing it. So if you have that example, it's a lot easier to achieve that goal. So
did you always, you talked about personal identity and other related issues to that, but when you were a high school student, and we got to roll back just a tiny bit for you.
Right. I'm getting up there, so.
Yeah. So what led you to this, or what do you think, how did you prepare to be in the position that you're at? Like, what kind of education do you need? Did you need a formal education? Could you have done it on your own? If you could share your education background a little bit.
So I'm from Minnesota, born and raised, went to high school at Champ Park High School. I guess really from when I was in high school, and I think just growing up in general, my parents are also really active in the Cameroonian community here. My family's from Cameroon, both my parents are. So I'm a first generation American here. And so I just saw my parents do a lot in the community and always be really involved. They've run a couple organizations, community-based organizations within the Cameroonian community, and was in leadership. So I saw my dad, step up when he needed to. So I guess it's always been around me. And then when I was in high school, I actually started a student organization. I was in Black Achievers through YMCA. So I was just around a lot of support that really helped kind of me see myself in college. And then when I got to college, it was like, I was super involved really early. I was part of the BSU, which is the
BSU Black Student
Union.
At the U of M, right?
At the U of M,
Okay.
yeah. And then joining Phi Beta Sigma in 2009, leadership in that. So I guess I've always been really involved in, anything that allowed me to work with people. And I think that's really what it comes down to, is just my ability to connect with people and work with people, work in teams, and then really wanted to help see people be successful and help them succeed. So now that I'm a business consultant, I work with people and helping them achieve their goals with their businesses. And it's been a great experience. I've been doing it for 2 years now. I just celebrated my second year early April, and it's been good to really reflect and look back and see how much I've been able to do in that time.
Sure. So everything that you said, still, when you're in high school, you can actually get involved in clubs and communities.
Exactly.
Were there any, you did mention a couple, but are there any specific clubs or anything in high school maybe that would better prepare, a student to head on that trajectory?
Yeah, so it's one that I actually didn't do, but DECA is like one for entrepreneurship and business that I know that a lot of my friends did, and I didn't do it, but I kind of regret not doing it when I got to college. Like, I could have really benefited from that, but stuff like that, like, don't be afraid to join those organizations, because they do prepare you for what you can experience in college, and just giving you some basic level skills to be able to handle just actual real life situations. And when you graduate from high school and go to college, just be as involved as you can be, because part of college isn't just about what your major is. It's about who you know and the experiences that you have through the relationships that you build. And you're in a point in your life where you're learning a lot about yourself. So you learn a lot about yourself when you're put in stressful situations. And being a part of student organizations, there's definitely a lot of stressful situations, right? So, but at the end of the day, it's worth it, and it pays off, and it really helped me get prepared for what I do now.
Sure, fantastic. And I think the last thing we wanted to touch on real briefly, what do you do for fun? Do you have any other outside of let's see, you got the 8 to 5, then the 5 to 8, then you have the other 5 to 8.
Right.
So what do you do to have fun?
We just had DJ Mickey Breeze up here, and I love music, so I like listening to music.
Okay.
I make beats on the side a little bit on GarageBand.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah, for fun. It's nothing serious.
Yeah.
I got a couple things on SoundCloud, but nothing too serious.
SoundCloud, look me up.
Right,
Sam Ndely.
right.
Do you have a name on SoundCloud?
Just Mr. Fantastic 4. That's my handle on it.
Fantastic with the PH.
With the PH, yeah.
Fantastic. We'll have to make sure to insert that in the credits. So. Yeah, no, that is fantastic.
Yeah. So I love music. I love just spending time with friends and family, and I've been traveling a lot more recently, and it's been good. So.
Okay. Well, we appreciate having you on Altitude, and we thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I know you're very busy, and we appreciate everything that you do for the community, Sam.
Thank you. Same to you.
Take care. All right.
Yep.
Summertime is coming up. It's a springtime here in Minnesota, and we want to make sure that the parents, our youth, our students, high school students in particular, take opportunities within the community to go to summer camps and workshops. It's very important that in your off time that you continue to build and experience technology, engineering, and a whole spectrum of other technical activities. So one particular program that we have is the IT Exploration Camp, sponsored in part by Minnesota State and many other caring organizations. You can actually go to the website 2019camp.minnesotastempartnership.org. At that camp, if you can code, you'll be advanced into real life, real world computer science scenarios that will help you build and expand on your current knowledge. You have to be able to code in some language, but not a problem. We also have openings for students that have coded in web technologies, HTML, CSS, maybe some JavaScript, and we want to make sure that you have and take advantage of every opportunity. Today's show will provide a link to our camp as well as all of the camps that they have recognized across the Twin Cities. make sure you take advantage of it. Some of them are free, some of them cost, but at the bottom line, at the end of the day, be sure you ask and inquire whether or not they have scholarships or if there is an opportunity to have you go to your school and have it paid for through your school. So on behalf of the Minnesota STEM Partnership, the IT Exploration Camp, and Minnesota State, we appreciate you sticking with your grades, getting into technology and engineering, science, and mathematics. Keep your grades up and keep doing a great job. Thank you for watching this episode of Altitude.